Hey parents, Kate Chasman here. Um, it seems maybe early in the year for you to think about it, but it's about that time to start thinking about what your plans are for your student, for your child, for the summer. Um, we won't have school after June 10th or 11th or whatever it is, and so you'll have to start coming up with a plan. And so it kind of varies depending upon your needs as a parent, whether you need like an all-day camp, or you want a part-day camp, or you're not going to choose camp and the kids are going to be at home with you, or whatever within that within those ranges you need for your lifestyle and stuff. But if you're considering a camp, there are a lot of camps out there. And so I came up with a list of a few places you can start your search, and I'm sure there are multiple other ones that I didn't even think about mentioning. I'm just writing one more down that I just thought of. That's how many there are. So Novato Park and Rec is a nice place to start for people in town. There's a whole catalog with different options. Some are sporty camps, some are creative art camps. There's dance and gymnastics and all sorts of things. So that's a nice place to start. Rolling Hills has a lot of camps. That's the Tennyson Pool Club up by Harvest Market in town. There's a program called the Galileo program, which sort of like a science focus, and it sounds like now it's more STEMmy. It's called Innovators, and it's down in Kentfield, which is down in southern Marin. So it's a little bit of a drive, but it might be worth it if your child's into that. Another one that's also a drive is ID Tech, and I think they do a lot of computer programming and STEM stuff, and that one's at Berkeley. I think it's at UC Berkeley. That's the closest one, at least. If you go on marinmommies.com, there's a lot of options and different ideas on that for different kinds of camps. And there's Aim High, which is it's like a summer school program through Novato Unified for 5th through 8th graders, so it's for the older kids. Studio for Art in town, which now is called, I should remember this, but it's a clay thing. But if you go on Studio for Art, you'll find that they have a lot of art camps. And then the library program, usually the public library does, it's just like this little packet, and the librarian will come to the school and give them the little packet for the summer. I don't know if they're still doing it because of COVID or not, but the kids can read books, and then they get little prizes along the way. If they bring their little paperback that shows that they've read certain books, they get little like stickers and pencils and all sorts of things along the way. And the kids kind of like it. It's a nice little reinforcement for reading. And then you could go and hang out at the library for a bit, which is always fun. So those are just some potential places to start when you're thinking about summer camp, if that's what you're thinking about. I wanted to give you those ideas to start to noodle on. And the other piece that I wanted to mention in this video is that, irrelevant of what you do in terms of camp, I'm going to highly recommend that you create some sort of a schedule for your day, whether your child goes to camp or not. So thinking about and this sounds sort of formulaic, but they get up, they get ready, they eat breakfast, get dressed, all that. Maybe plan a couple hours outdoors, come back in, have a little lunch, a little quiet time, then do some other activity, whether it's a game, going outside, pool, park, play date, whatever it is. And then what I always do with my kids is we had like 4:30 to 5:30. If there was going to be any screen time in the day, that would be the time it would be, which allowed me to get dinner ready and have a little quiet time, maybe throw a lot of laundry in before the evening. And then, around 6, eat dinner. And then after that, maybe an hour and a half, play games, read books, whatever it is. Obviously, you don't have to stick to the schedule. It's your day is your day. But I found as a parent that it was really helpful if I had sort of a schedule of the day, and I kind of kept the kids on a little bit of a schedule, because then when they did go back to school, it wasn't quite as much of a shake up to everybody to have to get back on a schedule and have to wake up and do their thing. And they just seemed happier when they knew what to expect. My favorite schedule as a mom was when they had like a camp that was like 3 hours in the morning. I could go get some errands done, maybe do a little bit of housework, and then go pick them up. And then I could really sort of focus my energy and time on them when they got home then. Obviously, everybody's different. You have to do what works for you, and you might be working, so this might not work at all for you, but it's just a consideration. Or if you have like a babysitter coming to the house, maybe you can ask them to sort of stick to a little bit of a schedule and give them that, because I do think if the kids are in a routine, it helps make everybody's lives a little bit easier. So that's all. I just wanted you to start thinking about what your summer might be like, and yeah, it feels early, but it will all of a sudden be here. All right. Thank you so much. Take care.